I'm a graduate student with Dr. Jensen here at BYU. I work on the multi-user CAD projects. A little bit about myself. I'm married. I've been married about 5 years almost, and we've got a 2-month-old son. And I've been TAing for Dr. Jensen for both 172 and 471 for quite some time. So I'm pretty proficient in NX and Catia. I will be teaching the Catia portion of this lab for all of the students in this section. I believe there is also a university from Taiwan. Is that right? So it'll be a lot of fun. We have a couple other TAs. Jared Briggs isn't here, but we've got Eric here and Larissa. And so Eric will kind of be helping, well, we'll be helping each other in this lab to be able to kind of get you guys up and running. He's kind of the resident hypermesh expert. You guys will get to learn what that is here today. Let's see, Holton, right? Holt? Did you need a few minutes to talk to these guys as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, sure.
I haven't joined that meet. Do you want me to send out an email?
Yeah.
Who are the 3 students that are working with NTU?
Oh, we haven't announced that yet.
Oh, okay.
I can just do that right now.
If you can just let them know, I just need to meet with you guys separately for a second.
So the groups we have split up. So far, I mean, things might change, but it looks like we're going to have one group that is with NTU, which is the University of Taiwan, and those are Joel, William, Jesse, and Kevin. And then everyone else, Pravidi, is that right? Pravin, Catalina, Christopher, Indu, Kevin, and Matthew.
Can you specify
there's
which
2 Kevins.
Kevin, Robert, McMurray.
So which one was in the NTU group?
Oh, good point. Kevin Spencer is in NTU.
Is he here?
Kevin McMurray is in.
Okay. We have one team of 8 set up right now, but we're going to talk to you guys and see if you want to split up into two teams of 4. But we'll talk about that in a minute here.
So yeah, for today, just stay in the 8, I guess. And if you guys could actually move, and so you're sitting with your group right now, and then you want to talk about those in the interview group.
While you're moving with your groups, just to let you know, we're just looking at different research to try and see how global virtual teams run in a university setting and what we can do to make them run better and more efficiently. Look at some of the things we need to teach and put into different lessons. I need to talk with the 3 people that are involved with NTU briefly on that. As soon as we're waiting for teams from UBC is the only ones. Once we get word of who's at with UBC, I'll be sending you out several documents. The first one will be a short survey. It's basically taking a look and saying, what kind of experience have you had on Teams? What kind of international experience have you had? It takes about 30 minutes maximum to do. I've tried to keep everything down quite simply with it. The second thing I'll be sending you out is each team will have an individual email account that is linked to me. And what I ask you is, when I send out the email, I'll ask you to kind of copy anything that you send with your team, either to one or all your teammates, make a copy to me. And we're going to be looking at kind of the communication patterns that evolve and using emails to try and determine that. And again, when you get the survey and with the emails, the survey is going to ask you to show your name, but that's just something to help us track you and say, where were you at the beginning, where are you at the end for our statistical analysis. On that and on any emails, everything is confidential. The only one that sees that is me, and nobody else will have any other information. And I don't talk about anything else that happens with your team or whatever from there. So just so you know that that's confidential from there. And then periodically, I'll just send some brief little things out to say, here's a way we want to track your communication patterns. We're trying to keep them as unobtrusive as possible because I realize how busy you are. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Grab me in class, or if you want to know more about me, talk to me from there. Once we get going where they're working on stuff, I think I'll just take a few minutes with the NTU group and just show you really briefly what's going to be introduced with you from there so you guys can get up and running on that.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Cool, thanks. All right. We think we fixed most of the bugs, so hopefully Skype's up and running for you guys. If you do want to go ahead and hop into Skype.
You want us to move to our groups first?
Yeah, so if you guys could get into kind of your groups. I know we've got 8 students in one group currently, so it's kind of, you might want to like move to a bigger row. But just kind of get in the general area. I understand that, you know, it's kind of spread out. As soon as you're logged in, we should have Skype up and running on your local computer. So if you guys want to hop into Skype, you can communicate amongst each other. Those here at BYU who are in just the BYU group, I understand that that's not really a real issue talking across, you know, the aisle. But we still would like you guys to utilize that. To get, oh, go ahead.
And with Skype, we have headsets and webcams that we are checking out from the ME department. And so if you have one and you don't need it, then don't worry about it. Otherwise, if you want to use one, because they are pretty much essential, yeah, even if you're at BYU. I'm going to pass around a box. I just have a sign-out sheet as well. You just put your name and your email and your BYU ID. And then here on the right, you put down the number of the thing.
Of the headset or the webcam.
The headset. So, like the headset, the numbers are on this little piece right here. This one is H1, for example. All right. So that I think there should be enough. We'll just start passing this around.
So go ahead.
Yeah, is Skype supposed to be on our computers?
Yeah. So it will be go to your J drive through Windows Explorer, and then inside of your J drive you have the groups folder. And inside of your groups folder, there will be a group that says ME471. At least there should be. If there's not, please let me know and we'll get it so that you have that folder. And inside that folder, you should have a Skype executable. So just run Skype, and then my suggestion is to just add those on your, like, you don't need to do this right now, but add those who are on your team to your Skype, like, buddy list or whatever. And you should be able to communicate with each other. Preferably, if the Taiwan students are awake right now, we'd like to have them in lab, but we are also recording everything that we discuss here and then putting it up on YouTube. So if your team's not here, as far as the in-class exercises that we'll do, just kind of work with each other, and then if there's an international component to the assignment, you guys will just need to find a time that you can meet up with them and kind of collaborate and finish the assignment. All the assignments, I believe homework or lab 1 and 2 were emailed out to you. We had a power surge on our server here at BYU, and so that knocked out the server for a while. But I believe we have the website back up and running, and the lab documents should be up there, but they were also emailed out to you. So if you guys want to pull those up, I believe we're only going over lab 1 today, and lab 2 we'll do next time.
Yeah, in the email we sent out, did everyone get that with all the lab documents, 2 zip files?
Yeah.
So we're just, in that email said we were going to do both, but we're actually just going to do lab 1 today. And then also, we're going to be done at 11:30, or kind of done. We're going to leave here at 11:30. We're going to go downstairs and we're going to pick up all the cars and stuff for you guys. We're going to check out all that stuff.
Yeah. As far as the assignments go, they're pretty straightforward. There's a rubric here in the corner, and so you can tell how much each thing is worth. And then we've also included in the homework the exercises that you'll do, but then there's also a list of what you need to turn in. So at the end of every lab, we're going to have a small list of things that need to be turned in for the lab exercise. We will do our very best to make it so that you guys have like an hour, half an hour to an hour to do all the in-class lab exercises. When I took this course last semester, I probably finished all of the lab exercises with like 15 minutes to spare. So they're usually not too difficult. But those exercises will get you ready so that you can do the homework. And then at the very end, there's a description of what the homework assignments are, and then there's a list of what you need to turn in for the homeworks. So hopefully it's pretty straightforward. You just can go down the checklist and say, do I have this paper, do I have this paper, do I have this paper? And when you can just grab those all together and turn them in. Homework assignments will be due at the beginning of lab. So next time you guys should have all of the homework assignments for lab 1 ready to just turn in at the beginning of lab. And so we'll just kind of go through the lab point by point. Eric's going to show you how to do Join.me, which is a collaborative software that you can use to take control of someone else's laptop or desktop. And then we'll kind of talk a little bit about Skype, Google Docs, and then I believe there's also